Hello, it's me, Emmanuel. Today I shall be sharing with you three things to pay attention to in a relationship. And this is a very serious matter. Lots of people are in a relationship without paying attention to these three things I'm about to share with you. And if you can look into these three things, then you are sure to have a successful relationship. And I can say that a successful relationship is a relationship that leads to marriage. And any relationship that doesn't lead to marriage has been declared a failed relationship. So when you are in a relationship, you don't need to be carried away by too much emotion, too much fun, too much enthusiasm, children kind of thing. I love you, this, that, and all that plays. You have to, there are some certain things you need to pay attention, even in the midst of all that. Number one thing you have to pay attention, and it is very, very, very necessary, is for you to define your relationship. It is so uncalled for, it is so unwise why someone will go into a relationship without defining the purpose of such relationship. It's like a man starting a business without determining the purpose of the business. Relationship is a very serious business. Why I'm saying this is because it consumes the whole of you. It requires your emotions, it requires your mindset, it requires your wisdom, it requires your knowledge, it requires your heart, it requires your soul, your mind, your spirit, everything about you. It requires your attention. So it's a very big business. And someone is going such a business without a proper definition of what the relationship stands for. When a relationship is defined and along the way maybe it now fails, it is quite understood compared to when a relationship is not defined from the onset. So define your relationship. Where is this relationship leading to? Especially the females. Please, in all your relations, define it. You have to know what's the intention of this man. What is your intention? Because it is when the purpose has been defined that you can invest your heart, you can invest your intention. But it is so appalling how so many people invest their whole heart, invest their mind in something that have not been defined. And a man can stand tomorrow and a woman can stand tomorrow and tell you, I never said that this thing is, we never, did I make a promise to you? But it's not all about making a promise. It's about sitting and this is maturity. It's about sitting and say, okay, where is this relationship leading to? The man have to say, okay, this is my intention. The woman have to say, this is my intention. But meanwhile, someone may be saying, when these things are defined, then some people will be hiding their character. Of course, you don't just see a woman on the road and start asking her out and you want to define. No, of course, it is more appropriate that you have known this person for quite some time, either as a colleague, as a church member, and as a neighbor, whatsoever, or as your classmate, as your coursemate, but you have known this person over sometimes a period of time, years, as the case may be. You've known some attitude, some character, some trait that you can reckon over the years. So, but once it now comes to this relationship, you have to now define it. Oh, this is what I want in this relationship. Let it be that along the line it didn't work out. Okay, so define it. Define your relationship. The next thing you have to pay attention to is who is the head of your spouse. Every human is supposed to have a head over him, somebody he or she listen to. You are dating someone, you don't know who he or she listen to. He doesn't listen to anybody, he doesn't care about anybody, he doesn't value anybody, he doesn't respect anybody. It is not called, it is not ID. Look out for someone that he listen to. You must identify it. It could be someone, it could be his pastor, it could be his friend, it could be his colleague, whosoever that is called. It could be a family member that when there is misunderstanding in such a relationship, you can put a call across and the person can actually call him and bring his head to normalcy. So I'm not just talking about somebody that exact dominion over him and influence the influence everything about him. But I'm just talking about someone he respects, someone he fears, someone he can listen to. In your relationship, pay attention to it. Because the person he respect and value and why he values those people determine how far your relationship can go, how successful your relationship can go. So pay attention to that. And finally, in this, you have to watch out how your spouse relates with his siblings. This is a very, very crucial aspect. You don't go into a relationship with all blindedness and all that without identifying and watching out how he relates with people too. Not just his family members, how he relates with his friends, people around, how he relates with strangers. If he's that type that is very insulting, if she is that type that doesn't listen to anybody, my dear, check it out. Check out how you relate with his siblings. What is the relationship like? Is it a very good relationship? A lovable one? Does he fear them? Does he respect them? Does he value them? Is there anything that is there any value that he places on his friends? Is there any value he places on his family, his siblings, the neighbors, people he come across? If all this, check it. Check it. It determines how successful your marriage will be if that relationship eventually goes to lead into marriage. Because most of the failed marriages today is a consequence of the failure to identify all these things. If your spouse fails to respect people, his elder siblings, I'm not talking about, I mean disrespect. He talks to them anyhow. He doesn't value anybody. He doesn't listen to anybody. My dear, it is a clear indication of what is to come. But if he's that one that values people, values his neighbor, values neighbors, values people, love them, you know for sure these things are going to be vested in you, because you cannot give it to them and not invest it in you. So the same thing, if he disrespect his parent, disrespect his brother, of course, if he can do that, disrespect his other siblings, his uncles, everyone, friend, of course, your own case will not be different. So watch out for that. These are my counsel today. Number one, define your relationship. Number two, check out for the head of your spouse. And number three, watch out the relationship of the relationship between your spouse and their siblings and other. As you apply these three keys and pay attention to these areas, we are trusting that you are going to have a successful relationship. Thank you very much. God bless you. This is Jim Family. We are glad to have you once again viewing us, our video viewing us today. Have a very nice day ahead.